The loop stitch is a really fun stitch. It's a really, really great way to add fur to amigurumi, all in one step. You don't have to thread it into your work. It's just part of the SC. And it just makes for really fun, really pretty texture. And today we're going to learn how. So the loop stitch is always going to be on the wrong side of your work. So this is the wrong side, this is the right side you're used to seeing facing you. On a flat piece of work, in order to get your loop stitches to all be on the same side, you have to do a row of single crochets in between each one. So you can see there's a gap in between each of these rows. And that is so that the loops are all on one side of the work. Several Hook by Kati patterns use this technique even in the round when you don't need to, because the loop stitches can get very, very dense if you don't put that row in between. And when they get a little too dense, they start to look more like a rug than fur. To get yourself started, you're going to turn at the end of your row like you always would, and insert into your hook, insert into the stitch you want to work. Then wrap your yarn from front to back around your first finger. Go over this outside strand and under this strand and bring it back around. Then you're going to pull that through the loop or through the stitch and finish your single crochet. Then you can take your finger out. All right, so we're going to insert the stitch, go over this side, under this side, back through the stitch, and finish your single crochet. Okay, again, into the hook, wrap around, okay, into the stitch, wrap around your finger, go over the outside, under the inside, pull through, yarn over, and finish the stitch. Okay, again, into the stitch, go around your finger, go over the far one, under the near one, pull that through the stitch, yarn over, and pull through and finish your single crochet. So you can see these are all just kind of sticking out there behind us now. I'll do a couple more of those, and then we're going to work on an increase and a decrease. And when you get faster at this, you'll see that it has a nice swooping motion, that you can get a nice rhythm going, and this becomes just as rhythmic as any other stitch. All right, to do a loop stitch increase, we're going to treat it just like an SC increase. We're going to insert into our stitch, wrap it around, do a regular loop stitch, and then we're just going to do another loop stitch right in that same stitch we already did. Okay, and now you've got 2 in 1, and that's your loop stitch increase. A loop stitch decrease is very similar to just an SC2 together decrease. You're going to go into your stitch and pull up a loop. Then you're going to go into the next stitch and do your loop stitch. And when you finish, you're going to pull through all 3 loops on the hook so that it turns those 2 stitches into 1 loop. I'm going to do that one again. We're going to go into the hook and pull up a loop, or into the stitch and pull up a loop, into the next stitch and do our loop stitch, yarn over, and pull through all 3 on the hook. And you just have a basic decrease with a loop on the other side. So there you have it. There's the loop stitch. I'm going to do 2 more to get to the end here. 1. And there is your loop stitch. There are several loop stitch patterns on the Hook by Kati website, including a couple of adorable sloths and a llama whose neck hair is fur of this nature. And the great thing about loop stitches is it's super versatile, so you can leave it in loops, you can wrap it around 2 fingers instead of 1 and make great big loops, or you can even snip all of these loops now and they will make individual strands. That is in the next tutorial, and if you stick around and watch the next one, you'll see how to cut your loops and brush them out in order to make your loop stitches into big fluffy fur. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I love seeing your work, so when you finish up your loop stitches, post pictures on the blog at www.hookbykati.com, and I will see you guys in the next video.